know it took me some time to get to the place that you wanted me to be. I know it was never you. I just needed to work on me. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to love.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book 91. We are talking to you guys, yes, about Ready to Love. Listen, it's early in the morning. It's almost 5 o'clock here in the UK. But listen, I'm telling you, I had to come right after I finished the episode. Because let me tell you this now. Listen, Will is on a war path. That brother said, listen, if you think things were in a disarray before, they're about to get messy now. Brother said he's on a war path and ready to take people out. I said, oh, my brother. Okay, I'm calling it Lounge Gate because honestly, things that are happening in the lounge are causing issues outside of the lounge. Huh? Man, I'm telling you, listen, I was watching the episode and I was like, yo, what is going on? Now, first and foremost, Will, not even Will, first and foremost, the Koshia and Alexis beef. Do you guys feel differently about that beef now? Because I think like after I watched it, when you watch it through the Instagram, and I did a video actually about it, I hadn't put it up on my channel, but when you watch it on the Instagram, they don't show you the first comment that Kosheia makes first by drawing blood for Alexis first. Then you get this situation of Alexis then replying. So I want to know what people's thoughts are. I'll put it in the chat. Who were you backing, Kosheia or Alexis? Then we got to talk, obviously, as well about... Sorry. Then we also got to talk about the fact that the new guy came in, Justin, he came in and seemed to connect with Rashina. By the way, Rashina is looking fine. Is it just me? Rashina's looking absolutely... I don't know what it is. You know me, I like a little bit of toxicity nasty. You know what I mean? I like him a little nasty. But I'm telling you, Rashina is looking like a baddie. I don't know if it's the wigs or what, but Rashina's looking fine, all right? And then we obviously had the basketball games, and we had Will and Alexis kind of connect on the basketball games. I don't know what Lamar is doing. By the way, Lamar is following me on Insta, so maybe if Lamar, you're in this chat, please, I'm going to have to interview you because what is this nonsense? Can't lie to you. It seems a bit mad. I can't lie to you. It's just not tapped. I'm not sure what it is, what's going on with that. So let me put it that way. And then obviously we also have Leline had to quit, unfortunately, which is such a shame. Such a fine woman had to quit. It seemed like she was really making progress. It's such a shame. And then Chaz and Vanessa seem to be really connecting. I don't know how much is going to last with Chaz and Vanessa, if I'm honest with you. Can I be real with you? I don't know how long it's going to last with Chaz and Vanessa. Personally, I just don't know how long it's going to be. Because as much as I see him smiling, I'm just not really sure he really won it. She took a week off. Although she took a week off, but then she told the ladies, she was going to be out of it. So she's back in it. Okay, fair enough then he's not back in it. Maya and Lamar, that didn't go down too well. Lamar needs to stop the sexual stuff. It's annoying. I can't lie to you. From a male perspective, it is annoying watching him on the show. I can't lie to you. It's annoying. Like, I thought Fabrice was annoying, but no, Lamar is annoying. Okay, she is gone. I thought so, yeah. Lamar is annoying. I'm sorry. It's just frustrating watching him on the screen. It's like, you're wasting my time. Like, this has got nothing to do with you being sexual. You're annoying. No word of a lie. I know I want to bring people on the show. I want to interview them, and I will interview them by the grace of God. But you are annoying. It is annoying. It's like, how many times can I watch him every single week talk about sex every single time? We know. We get it. Is there anything more to you? No, seriously, is there anything more to you? It is annoying to watch him on my screen. I'm not trying to pander. I'm just being deadly serious. A man watching another man consistently make sexual comments about everything. It is irritating. It is annoying. And you know what? I'm sick of it. At this point, I was so happy for him to leave. It's annoying. Okay? It's not you being your true self at this point. It's not you being your real authentic self. You're annoying. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. No offense to him, but you're annoying. Okay. And then Maya, John, Mika, and Luron. Okay. Luron and Maya. I know Maya says she likes Luron, but I'm gonna be honest with you, her body language was telling me she don't like Luron like that. Yeah? Her body language was telling me she ain't like John like that. And when I do my separate reviews, hopefully I'll be able to do it by tomorrow. I'm gonna have to wake up early as well. So I wasn't buying it. Okay, all right. Yes, thank you, Aries. You spotted it. No eye contact at all. When John came over, he gave her a little kiss on the forehead and was like, "Yo, you gave a little kiss," and he said, "Listen, da 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 da." She was good. But then when Luron came over, he tried to give a little, like a hug or whatever. He tried to give a little hug or whatever, but she did not break form. She said, "I'm going to face this way because Teddy Bear's looking at me and he ain't going to get my love. Okay? He ain't going to get this eye contact. I'm going to keep looking straight right here. And I know you're talking to me at the side of me, but I'm not going to shift my body." Now, if you watch the difference between that and the first date Maya had with John, John is her type. Okay? John was her type. So I'm not even mad at Maya. I'm just saying I'm putting it out. I'm just pointing out that little thing there, you know what I mean? So, you know, that was interesting to kind of see. Yeah. Nessa says she even looked uncomfortable. Yeah, probably, yeah. Probably more than likely. So that was interesting as well then. And then, obviously, Mika and John's situation. Mika and John's situation, man, I'm going to be honest with you. Mika and John, yeah. I like Mika. And she's a fine babe, but I need her to dial it back a little bit. Because the last conversation I saw you have, where was the opportunity to tell him about his wife? You were grilling him about a baby mother. So I need you to dial it back. And maybe if you want to know, how about we ask a question? Yeah? If we want to know, how about we ask a question? Hey, I saw that you didn't tell me about your ex-wife. Do you know who he did tell? Maya. Yeah? He's not keeping it from people. Okay, I just need you to ask proper questions. Right? That's all you need to do, Mika. Ask a question. Instead, you turn it into interrogation. So many people don't know how to ask questions. People just want to interrogate. Okay. Then there was Patrice and Alonso. Well, not I say Patrice and Alonso. Sorry. And then it was the lounge, and everybody telling their likes and dislikes and who they liked and who they didn't like and everything as well. And then obviously that turned into the argument between Koshia and Alexis. And I'll be honest with you, that beef between Koshia and Alexis, yeah. Yeah. And then let me bring on my boy Sean on in a second to talk. It's a quick one today. It's just a quick 1 hour breakdown after live of what happened. We'll do a super panel tomorrow as well for you guys. So super panel will be tomorrow, but today's just a quick conversation as well in that situation, right? So make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads, please. Okay, of the uploads, please. All right, cool. We want to see you guys subscribing to the channel. We've got some more great content. Also, as well, guys, if you haven't done so already, join my second channel. I have now got the videos loaded. I have done 5 or 6. I was working hard today. That's why you didn't see me. Okay, this month is going to be a crazy, spectacular month, and I expect God to do great things. Okay, all right. So if you haven't subscribed to our second channel, it's called Dark Arts. I'm simply just doing videos about manipulation, F-boys, all that kind of stuff. You want to know about it? I've put it all on that side, right? And I'm going to keep this channel specifically to TV reviews. I want to separate my stuff now because it becomes too much all on one channel. So we're going to separate. So you'll only see TV reviews, a little bit of pop culture, and that's about it you're going to see for myself. All right, guys? Because in all honesty, all right, I think we need a little bit of separation just to be able to get you guys some great content coming up as well. All right, cool. So let me do this for you guys quickly. I'll even get you guys a nice little link and put it in the chat. Okay, all right. Someone said RTL's a lot of dark. It's a lot of dark arts. Absolutely right, you do. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah. Someone said I ditched you for married. I wasn't even alive to the world, my brother. Wasn't even alive to the world. All right, cool. Let me play my little intro, and then we're gonna get Sean on into the thing.
Little black, you know what time it is. 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 Time it is.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Welcome to the show, guys. Little Black Book. We've got Sean here as well. Listen, it was a good episode, I think. You know, there's a lot of different things that were happening as well. Sean, quick thing. What stuck out to you first and foremost about this episode? What moment in the show did you think to yourself, boom, that's it? Something stuck out to you?
Well, I like the redemption story with Alonzo and Kosheia. You know, that definitely stuck out for me. That was definitely a highlight. And then my girl Maya, she's intoxicating. I love her energy. She just drew me in. So those were two of my main highlights and things that I enjoyed in the show.
Love that. I think I didn't even get to see the reunion between Alonso and thing. You know, I think it kind of cut. My little ways how I do it. It gonna cut. I have to watch probably the longer version. What was that? Was it a conversation or was it apology?
Yeah. Did you see when they all were at Chaz's house when he had?
I saw the end of that.
Yes.
I saw the end of that. Yeah.
So in between that, he pulled Koshia aside and he gave his version of an apology. It could have been better, but listen, they held hands, bro. You know, she held his hand. She says, I don't have anything against you. They kind of just buried the swords. So I was happy because you just don't need that tension. I don't think he fully owned it. He still kind of said, I know you got upset because you misconstrued what I was saying. Some people, and I'm not saying we should just let him be right because he's clearly wrong. I'm just saying sometimes you got to know when to hold him and when to fold him. And for the sake of peace, I liked that he did his version of the apology and she accepted it. So I like that they did it and didn't keep this long lingering because you know how sometimes those things get during a show when two people just can't bury the hatchet and they just are gunning for each other all the time. So I'm really hoping that this is just done and buried. They don't need to be connections. They don't need to like each other, but hopefully they just buried whatever beef they had.
Yeah, listen, and you know how I feel about apologies. If you put if in there, if you feel this way or if you do that, then I don't really agree. I don't really feel that's a good apology. I don't think it's a real one. Personally, I think people are faking it when they say if. It's more of a case of I don't want peace. I don't want problems. So yeah, if you're gonna really apologize, you need to know what you're apologizing for, and don't just apologize because you need to apologize to keep staying in the game. So I definitely hear that as well. I think the moment stuck out to me personally probably would have been the Will situation at the very end. Man, it was giving. I mean, he's not as bad as Chris vibes, but it was giving the Chris vibe way. And I'm not saying men can't be angry, by the way, not at all. It's just the way he said, I'm on a warpath. And I was like, wait, do you know what you're on a warpath for? I just want to make sure. I don't know if, of course, it might have been edited, but I was like, what she told you, is that what you're on? I need you not to say it. I need you to keep it quiet and war silently in your head. Because whenever we say it, it sounds mad. Just any man saying they're on a warpath of women, whenever you say that, it just looks mad. So just any man out there, if you're going to be on a warpath, please just keep it to yourself. Because the moment you say it, you look crazy. I can't lie to you. You look kind of mad. But I don't know if you felt the same way, Sean, about that situation.
Yeah, Jay just did a live earlier. She did a quick live debriefing after the show, her and El Cid. And I hate to say this, these brothers are just making me say things that we try to avoid saying. No disrespect. I don't know you from a can of paint, but it just looked a little sassy. I'm not going to just with the wine glass, and he had that pouty face. And again, he missed the message because he wasn't even hearing what was important. And I'm not going to hold you and don't say I'm biased and I just like Kosheia. I think she delivered the message nicely. You know what I'm saying? Lamar. To Lamar. I'm sorry, I flipped it around. But we'll get to that in a second. But with the way that Alexis did it too, that's the other thing. I think she put steam on it, so she also lit up the situation because she was wrong for that. I think that if you're going to be the one to do it, you just be gentle and you say, hey, listen, some of the ladies didn't appreciate it. We haven't had that experience, but I think this is something you need to watch out for, and all she did was cop out. So that was my thing.
Yeah, it was just a lot. I can't lie to you. It was a bit too much. I think, like I said, some things just should not be said out loud as a man. You just gotta, if you're stewing, just don't say it, because it just looked bad. Man said he's on a warpath with women. I don't know how else you can look at it. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't look good. And so I think that's the only reason why I was saying it. I'm not actually saying that, there's anything wrong with him being angry. Men are allowed to have feelings. They're allowed to be angry. They're allowed to be hurt by what's happening. It's just the fact when he said he's on a warpath with these women, it just never sounds good when you say that. And like I said, if you're gonna have, I'm probably even I'm double speaking, but I'm just saying, keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? You gonna war them silently. You know what I mean? Just don't tell us you about to war them, because it doesn't look good and it doesn't give you any positive imagery when you hear a brother say he's gonna war the women based on that. Now, I don't get it twisted. I don't want you to sit there and let people tell your story and give you a poor narrative. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that, at the same time, I do need you to I do need you to be aware that, bro, coming out and saying those kind of things, it's not helping your case.
And my thing is, what was he the most upset about? Was it the furniture thing? Or was he, genuinely upset because of the women saying he was being a little inappropriate? Because I'm not sure, because obviously we didn't see the whole thing played out, but I'm just curious, what was he all fired up? And Aries had mentioned something on Jay's channel earlier when she was on there. She said he was on social media carrying on. And I'm like, what is he all fired up about? Like, what are you upset? Are you legit gonna you're gonna prove them all to be liars because somebody said you were sleeping on the floor? Like, is that got you that bent out of shape? I just think sometimes, and I know this is TV, right? I understand. And I just think sometimes you make things more than what they need to be by blowing it out of proportion. So if that was the takeaway, right? If you felt like they were trying to sun you or saying you're not all together, then just say, hey, listen, they don't know me to know that. It's like, why are you getting all worked up over these things? Like, you just can't. I think you always win being less bothered by things like that, especially petty stuff like that. And then secondly, if you're upset with somebody, don't give them a heads up. Like you said, if I'm plotting something on you, then I don't need to give you a heads up. I don't need, because Alexis seems like she's the type that she's gonna go run tell that. So she's gonna be like, oh yeah, he's coming for y'all now because y'all was lying on him. He said he's lying. It's like, no, just move in silence. If you need to clear it up, if you know who said it, you need to have the conversation with that person and move on.
You ain't telling no lies, brother. You ain't telling no lies. Hello, Aries. Welcome to the conversation. Your hair look nice. Oh, you're on mute, baby. Unmute yourself.
I thought I had hit the button. Hey, y'all. No, this was a great episode because it was, yes, he was definitely on social media kind of preempting today about, he didn't need this show. He has money, everybody else is broke, that kind of thing. So clearly the palette was the trigger. It felt like the palette was more of the trigger than the other part. So to me, that was a big, you could see it. I mean, they did a great job with the editing on this one, because I'm like, we saw that face totally shift and he was out of there. He blacked out after that. He was like, it's over. Like, I'm coming for everybody at this point. Whoever I think said anything, it is a wrap. So I'm scared for next week. Like, what exactly is going to happen?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. His face was it definitely was, it definitely was. He's feeling some type of way, definitely, about the situation. And yeah, I'm not sure what he's frustrated about because it wasn't made clear. So that's the only thing. But obviously, online, if he's been saying about it, if he's been saying that, that he's definitely rich stuff. Again, I just feel like, we never win. This is the unfortunate double standard about men and women, right? Something that we have to learn as men. We know there are double standards in the world. As a man, there's things I can get away with that women can't. There's things that women can get away with that men can't. One of those things is too much talking. we can't get away with it, right? So if you are like, it's a bit like the Phil situation, unfortunately, from last season, and stability. But it's unfortunate, right? You get the speaking and trying to defend yourself, and actually just look worse, right? At least if you're gonna do it, there's a way. You're gonna have to show some coherency, right? Trying to battle everybody to try and respond always gets men into trouble because we don't look good doing that, right? It's not expected stereotypically of men to do that. So unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, that's the part of the double standard. I think she'll come back. And so now you're looking, quote unquote, I don't want to say sassy, but sassy. Yeah, you're looking like that way, or you're looking like you're insecure about your situation. Rather, it's just if it's one statement, say, hey, look, guys, I've seen the internet and seen everything like this. Just want to address something. Like you have to be formal about the way you're going to address the situation. Right, because you don't want to leave room for them to be able to break you. You know what I mean? So one little statement you put out there. Hey, look, I've seen the edits for this. I think it's been a bit misconstrued. Da 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 da. But da 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 da. That's it. Boom. Then you're done, and you let it be. But if you try to go into the comments and try to get at them, da 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 da, it just never looks good for us. Unfortunately, that's the double standards. It is the way the world is. Unfortunately, but. You're gonna have to. You take the good and you take the bad. We win some, we lose some, and that's one of the losses we have. When you talk too much, you look bad. Go for it.
Yeah, because even in that moment, if we just remove the social media part that he went on to rant about, even in the moment, unfortunately, it's a double standard. Listen, there's some that swing in our favor, and then there's some that don't. This is just one of those ones where it is expected that men are more composed. It is expected that we're more, even keeled when it comes to those things where we're supposed to be more emotionally regulated. And I think he just lost his cool. Maybe it really rubbed him wrong, for whatever reason, wrong, right, whatever it was. It's like, but you just have to kind of keep your cool, and I think we've seen ladies that do that too. But even for men, even more so, you got to keep your cool, especially with stuff like that. It's like if it's nonsense, if people are just spreading a rumor, talking nonsense, talking foolishness, it's like just chill. You're always gonna look better. Every scene that we've seen when somebody's come at somebody crazy, and it's a man, you just keep your cool. Imagine if he dealt with like Azadia, putting her finger in his face. He couldn't hold it together for this. What's going to happen in a scene like that? You have to keep your cool. It's just not going to age well. Sorry, Will, but needed to maintain your frame, bro.
I definitely hear that. I don't know, Eric, did he address anything else?
I didn't read the whole. It was a whole paragraph and a live and all that. Like there's a whole thing. And even Alexis, I think, commented in it. Like, I didn't read everything, though, so I don't know. He's 30 years old, 31, I think. So I do feel like in this environment, it is tough to, if you haven't gotten emotional regulation down, and you probably haven't at that age, it is tough. Like, because that bubble date is that you almost getting rejected and people telling you that you're not, whatever. And if you already and he kind of carries that type of personality, very like, I'm that, I'm this. And so any little piece is gonna offend you, right? So I think it was just an ego blow that we'll see what happens next week, how he handles it. But I think it's definitely, he has a pretty high view of himself. I'll just put it like that in real life. So.
Well, we'll find out. I'll see if Mercedes is free tomorrow because she's got questions to answer. That's her boy. So she said last week that was her boy. Wasn't she the one that said her boy last week?
Who?
Not like her boy, but her friend. So she's got questions to answer. What are you saying, Sean?
No, I can't really hear you that well.
Oh no, I said last week. Was it last week? Mercedes was saying that she knew Will very well. So I was like, well,
she was on the live. Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I just saw Will last Sunday,
Now, why were
And
you seeing him, Aries?
well, because I'm in Dallas. He's in Dallas.
That's
I
the big
see
place.
these
Why you
people
see
in
him?
real life.
They
Dallas
did
is
a.
very
Did they have a
small.
meet and greet? Come on, let me
The
help you out.
Black community.
Was there a RTL mixer? Was
No,
there other
no, no, no,
castmates
no.
there?
No, we were at a brunch for where the game was playing. We're all in the same places. The girls were somewhere. They said they saw me. I didn't see them. But like literally, most of the Black professionals are we frequent the same places. So I've ran into Will multiple times. I've ran into a few of the people. So it's we know the personalities. They're pretty interesting.
It's given Aries you were sleeping on the same floor that he was sleeping on. So, but I hear you, definitely hear you. We appreciate you letting us know you saw well this week.
Don't start no crazy stuff now, all right? We're not about to play them games.
I was wondering, was the floor cold or was it?
Yeah, no rumors started, Kojo.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even work. Look, see, when somebody lie, you just laugh and that'd be stupid.
Aries, you glitching.
Baby. Yeah, I ain't hear what you said.
Your internet
you look
unstable
beautiful
all of a sudden.
Baby, your internet is doing instability all the way through, baby. It's giving you on the floor, baby. What's going on?
She said
the good Lord took her out.
It's storming. I'm sorry. It's storming outside. It messed me up.
It's storming outside.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just make sure you stay safe, baby. Okay?
I know.
I can't do anything from this side of the internet.
To come put that blanket on you and rub your feet, huh?
Right
yeah, that's gonna be Willow. Willow gonna do that for her. Don't worry about it. I'll get John to come and do it. He like them toes.
Yeah, no, I know Jonathan as well. No.
Who knows?
I see all these people in Dallas already. No.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm
still
familiar
think she
with
toys to Jonathan, but anyway.
Nah, I don't just get my toes anybody now. Calm down. I do love this sucker. Don't get it twisted. But not anybody. Now calm down. Not just anybody.
As Jonathan was saying, do we have to go there? Okay, we have to go there. Okay,
right.
Cool.
That's why I was like, we're not talking about like that's something that for me, we're talking about toe sucking. We're talking about intimacy. We're talking about in the heat of the moment where there's no holds bar. Everybody's just being free. Ain't nobody just sucking toes on some random. We just sitting here talking and you gonna start sucking toes. Like that's weird. No, we're not doing that.
Some people like that.
But at any other time,
toes.
Everything is a free game.
I'm not even mad at it. You know what I mean? I'm just sad I missed last week's conversation. These guys were talking about toes. All right, sorry. So obviously, then the Koshia and Alexis had a beef. They got into a situation, an argument at the end. I think Koshia is very beautiful. Love her figures on point quite well. And I love Alexis too, because I just think I love her cool energy too. I think I imagine when she said she was a referee, I saw it. I was like, I see it. That sexy ref that you see, that's calling the shots of the game, that's cool with the dudes. I can see it. So both of them obviously get into an altercation, verbal spat, I should call it. Maybe I'm not sure the altercation. And obviously there's two sides to the situation. Which side did you fall onto? Whose side did you fall onto? Because I'll be honest with you, I mean, everyone's a little bit right, everyone's a little bit wrong for me at this point. But which side did you fall onto, and why did you fall onto that particular side? Brother Sean, Deacon Sean, tell us, which side did you fall onto?
Well, if I have to pick a side, I'm gonna pick Kosheia's side. You know, if I have to pick a side, I think Koshia is right because at the end of the day, they have a right. The women have a right to tell their experiences, and if that's what they were sharing, that's what they were sharing. And I think Alexis really was even more so wrong for not just denying what basing, oh well, this didn't happen because it never happened to me, and then also going and sharing information that they had said in confidence amongst the ladies and sharing it with him. Now I don't condone Alexis threatening. I mean, Koshia threatening Alexis and all that other stuff. I don't think we have to go there, but I'm in complete agreement with Koshia, and I still think she was right for the way she handled it. So.
Amen. Because that was the part that got me. It was if you wasn't flirting with men and the way they know who to come at and all that, I was like, see, now this reminded me of somebody from last season saying they weren't doing me like that, they doing you like that. That doesn't mean the same thing. So that part was a little, yeah, that was questionable. I didn't like that part. And same as you, is like, we got to learn how to stop giving what they want. I kind of highlighted this in the last one. I'm like, and FYI, they did not see our season before this came out, before they filmed this. So like, it's just a lot of triggering, the personality types that they are trying to get you to have these clashes. And I really hate that we keep giving production something to show that looks like this. Like, we should not be this hostility was a little too much. Like, it's just, come on now. Like, we can't be saying we gonna slap somebody in the face on TV. Like, y'all, we on national TV. Like, have some self-awareness of where you're at, what the environment is, be able to hold that back. If I'd rather you get up, go off and cry than say all the things, before the crying part, So I don't know. I just hate seeing us being shown in that light continuously. It's just not cute at all.
Well, I mean, I felt like, with Koshia, that, she's just on the wrong show. That's all. She's on the wrong show. She needs to be on Baddies. She needs to be on Zeus, because that's acceptable over there. And people like to watch that. So she's just on the wrong show, contextually. But on this show, yes, her getting out of pocket like that was unfortunate. And I think if you're going to get out of pocket like that, you can't start crying after that as well, too, man. You know what I mean? I need you to choose it. Are you the baddie or are you the baddie? You know what I mean? Choose one. Okay, the tears after, and then it had already gone too far for me to feel empathetic about you wanting to mush someone's face over. So at that point, I don't care if you're crying or not. I can't have the empathy because you're about to mush someone's face over. So that's what gets unstable.
The tears were because I can't slap you the way I want to. It wasn't tears of sadness. It was festivity. I want to slap you right now, and I can't. That's what that was. It had nothing to do with sadness at all. That was anger tears. That was not no sadness tears. So I don't think she was looking for empathy. I think it was like, girl, you better be glad we on national TV because I'm ready to jump on you right now, which is, it's sad.
Yeah, and I shout out to Tammy Talks. Yeah, it to me, that's what it looked like. It either looked like the angry tears, it looked like tears of maybe even slightly embarrassed that she let it get to that point, but it didn't look like, oh, I'm sad. It definitely wasn't sad tears. So I didn't see that at all. Again, I think I wish it wouldn't have gotten to that point, but it seems like Koshia and Alexis, they just have this long-standing like clash. They don't get along with each other. I hate to say it. Oh man, where's Seaway? So Seaway can say it, but Alexis is when you do stuff like that. It's like I had to say sassy earlier, and now I gotta say she's maybe a little pick me. That's pick me-ish. It's definitely the definition of pick me because she's trying to be chosen by Will. So I'm gonna just give you a little bit of extra information. I'm just gonna kind of swing, I'm gonna swing things a little bit so you have more information about me. Don't do that. Those are ill-gotten gains to me. Because what are you really benefiting? You're not benefiting anything by winning somebody over, by giving them the one up. Like, I don't like that. So I want better for Alexis because I think she has such a nice personality. She seemed to be really light, easy breezy. But this was very disappointing to me. And this is as a man, as I'm trying to be more evolved. I'm like, you can't, how you as another woman are going to invalidate other women's experience? It's like, don't do that, and just so what? Just because one guy did it to you means that, or they didn't do it to you, that means he's incapable of doing it to somebody else. That's ridiculous. People treat everybody differently, So I just wish that she would have just left it alone, but I hated that it got personal. Again, I also just thinking back as I'm replaying the conversation, I wish Koshia wouldn't have made that remark about her body, because we don't have to go blow for blow like that. I think she should just stand in her truth. This is what we said. Wasn't your experience. Matter of fact, you can just pipe down. We don't need you to talk right now because this has nothing to do with you. If you haven't had that experience, then great for you. We don't need to tear each other down like that and get going like this. I want us to elevate a little bit when we get upset.
It was very telling that they already had a beef. This is similar to what we experienced last time. There was a previous beef between these ladies because if it wasn't, it wouldn't have been as ready. Like they wouldn't have been as ready to go there, right? There was a previous beef. There probably has already been a previous conversation about her spilling the tea on what's going on in the girls group to the guys. Clearly, we see that somebody can't hold ice water, so it always comes out, right? Like, you go tell somebody that he speaks it in the guys chat. One of the guys that likes one of the girls tells them what happened in the guys chat. It's always going to come out as soon as someone says something. So there was already a previous beef. For Alexis to take that stance, I feel like she already felt a way about Koshia, right? So she already she has a problem with every guy. Like that didn't come out of nowhere. There was already, because it wasn't true. Because obviously we had just heard, she had just finished talking about Luron and how she liked him. So she didn't have a problem with him. It wasn't every guy. So there was clearly something already there. And that was just some of that tit for tat. They were going back and forth. The you look like a 12-year-old, blah, blah. All that was already, it's something already was going on, there. I don't think that came out of nowhere. So it just sucks. Because when she talked about Will was when this came out. It was nothing else about no other guy. When she had something to say about him, then it's like, all right, now I got to take up for my guy. And this is how I'm choosing to take up for the guy that I don't want to get put in the bottom. So.
Yeah, listen, hey, look, I think, Alexis shouldn't have invalidated Koshia's experience, in that particular way. What she could have said is like, hey, look, I had a different experience, but I'm not going to invalidate yours, I mean, that's something I can look into, you know what I mean? And that would have not invalidated her experience. And she definitely obviously had a prejudgment around Koshia already in terms of her thoughts towards her as well. I think these situations are always a little bit awkward because I think I actually understand both sides of the coin, to be honest, right? Because first and foremost, right, from a woman's point of view, I can understand that women believe women, because we understand that amongst women. You guys have this kind of womanhood pact, you know, support each other, etc., etc., especially when it comes to against the men, right? So I can understand that point of view and women expecting some loyalty in that aspect. But I also can understand as well that with Alexis and the kind of job that she does, I'm guessing, and her spending a lot of time with the men as well, she's going to feel some affinity towards them too, and not necessarily believe another woman straight off the bat, right? And it's always techie because when you support the other side, you immediately become a panderer as well. So it's always techie how you go about doing that kind of defending of each side, right? I think it's just got to be very careful. I wouldn't say even be careful. You just got to know that taking a particular stance can alienate you from a group. It can make you a target. It can make people feel some type of way towards you. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because as soon as she defended the point, of course, yes, I think she invalidated Koshia's experience. But you see people saying she's male identified, she's this. You immediately get let's say Koshia was actually wrong, right? And Alexis was telling the absolute truth. Alexis won't even get a chance because naturally, as soon as you go against the order, you get labeled. And that's just human nature. When you go against a group and the societal rules in that group, you are going to be alienated. So that's why I say I understand both sides. I can understand where Alexis is coming from because she obviously maybe spends more time with the guys. Maybe that she feels a bit more, it's easy to get along with the guys. We have a lot of women who are like that, right? And same with men too, right? And then I can also understand that Koshia's point of view, which is don't invalidate my experience. And just because I didn't do that to you does not mean that you get to say what she actually ended up saying, which was where I believe Alexis was wrong, where she said, it's because you ... And I think in this particular instance, I don't think it was probably the right thing to say. I think she should just get quiet and not added that extra part in it because it made it sound it made her elevated. And it made her as if she's untouchable and this thing can't happen to her. But the reality of life is that maybe it might not happen in this group. But if you know men, they don't need a reason as in they know you to violate. You know what I'm saying to you, right? We all know some messed up men in this world exist, right? So they don't need a reason to violate you. So it would have been better to have just gone, listen, hey, you know what? I haven't experienced that with Will. This is what I have experienced with Will. He's been a great guy. I have a different experience. That's it. Rather than adding the extra part where she said, you got this because, and that's where she kind of went wrong for me. You know what I mean? So I think a simple apology from Alexis on that part to say, hey, look, you know what? I reviewed it. I seen it. I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether she's right or wrong, just don't say that because any of these things can happen, especially in this world that we live in. You know, I don't like to say it, but, you know, sexual assault is like one out of 4 women, black women. So in fact, it's 1 out of 3. So this is highly likely it's going to happen in some shape or form. And I'm talking about assault, not even going any further. But you know what I mean? So, yes.
And we saw the clip from next week.
I haven't actually seen it, so I don't know what's going to happen. What's happening next week?
You basically, he going to get put in a particular situation next week.
With who?
That I don't think that she wanted to be put in. So it kind of like comes back Alexis with Jonathan. So that's all. Wait till you see the clip, you'll see. But to kind of go into that point, I think that's the part that people don't. For me, I don't care what y'all say about any of the guys that I like. Everybody say your piece. Cool. Is it my turn to talk now? Cool. When it's my turn, here's my story with this person. Regardless, now it's up to me to take whatever everybody else is saying about that guy to, evaluate that myself. But if I'm just sharing with Tommy what my experience is, then I'm just going to talk about my experience. I'm not even going to address what you're saying about the guy, depending upon what it is, obviously. But that's the thing that I feel like where Alexis had kind of the tag on what you just said, Kojo. Is like you don't know what he said, how he's acting with this other person. Like, never invalidate somebody else's experience. That part rubbed me super, super wrong. That whole part about if you wasn't talking to other men in front of him, I was just like, I can't believe you right now. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, that wasn't cool. I didn't like that at all. Because it almost was giving if you weren't wearing that outfit, he wouldn't have been saying nothing to you. It was kind of that same. I was like, I didn't like that at all.
Well, okay. I thought Sean was going to say something, but he left me to chew my mouth open. Go for it, bro.
No, I'll save it for tomorrow when we have more time.
Okay.
Because I think I have, I just feel like this, we could, keep going.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
That's fair.
tomorrow we'll dive deeper into it because we've seen this kind of thing play out in other ways, and I think we've seen other people handle it better. So.
Your internal lies. Okay. Let's focus on another heated. Oh, I say heated, but maybe a little bit of a another point. I loved seeing Maya. Because she a little cutie. I can't lie to you. But I think she's a little. I'm not gonna say she's a game player, but she's smart enough to play the game in a particular way that she knows how to keep the interest of the person piqued. It's classic game playing. In terms of staying on the show, and I'm not mad at it. It's part of the show. You have to be able to stay on the show. And I think with Maya, she did it with Luron, and the one that really got me is when after Jonathan kissed on the forehead, it's like nothing else mattered, because after that, even that kiss on the forehead, I wasn't even sure if she even liked the kiss on the forehead. I wasn't even sure if she even really received that one. And then after he left, for Luron to come over. I'm sure. The angle looked like he tried to put his arm around her, and she just didn't move. And you're the one's there, bro. She didn't even move. I felt for the kid. You know what I mean? I felt for the kid because he thought he had a connection. But you know where I knew where he lost it? Is when he said, I'm looking to marry you, and I said, oh shit, no, don't say it here, bro. She's not gonna open herself to you, bro. She's not gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it. I'm telling you, she gonna run. She ain't gonna do it. But let me know your thoughts, guys. What's your thoughts to Maya Luron situation? How did you guys see it? I know, Sean, that's your person. So, but Aries moved. Thank you, Aries. Thank you. Go for it.
I like Maya a lot. She's just mwah, 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 mwah. She is perfect at this. I think the eye contact may be protecting these guys. The fact that she's not giving the eye contact that she could be giving. They're already smitten. You don't need this eye contact. Eye contact is going to get you too hooked, and I don't like y'all like that. So I don't want you getting too sprung. I just need you sprung just enough so that I don't get voted off. So my real man, I can make the connection with. I feel like that's what it is. She has a lighthearted personality. Loved her. She even handled Lamar well, because Lord Jesus, he was just too much, like everywhere. I feel bad because I feel like William is going to get his heart broken, and because he's kind of falling into the trap of the fact that she don't have no kids and she about to accept him with 3 kids. And I just don't see that happening. So, yeah, I mean, she's being very kind to these guys, but if they realistically think that they're going to get this woman, they are sadly mistaken. So I'm going to enjoy watching her because I feel like it's just looking at perfection as it pertains to the way Ready to Love works. You have to be kind enough so the guys are not you're not worse than the worst girls. Okay? You got to stay right in that nice neutral space where they almost think they really think they might have a possible chance with you, but you're not giving up too much to where you're committing too much to them. So she's doing it perfectly. I'm enjoying her right now. I really am. I want to see more.
Go for it, Sean.
Yeah, she's just, her energy is top tier. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just loved it, and just so effortless, so easy, just makes you want to be around her. So I just loved it. I loved even the way she handled Lamar with his goofy self, she just looked at him. She's like, I'm not answering that. And I mean, it was like, It's like with somebody, and it's sad that she has to be this way, but she's like so disarmingly nice, but like has a boundary that you can't help but to respect her boundary. Even he kind of like, he still kept asking goofy questions. I think it would take a missile to get him to stop, but I think that he backed off of that question because that prom question was hella wild. That's hella wild. It's like, what did you do on your prom night? All these other sexual innuendos he's throwing around. And she's like, they're talking about intimacy. And he goes from God to sex. It's like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like wild at this point. So yeah, I think she just handles everybody with grace. She was good with Luron. He didn't even have time to order a piece of catfish. He was entranced with her. He came and sat next to her. He sat next to her. You can tell she just has all of us men falling all over ourselves. Because when he leaned over and kissed her, he didn't kiss her in the head, Kojo. He kissed her in the top of her hair. That was the top of her hair. Bro was hella nervous. He didn't know what to do. She's like, bro, you're messing up my hair, bro. Relax. But this is the effect she has. She's saying all the right things. She's like, attraction matters, but it's more about what's underneath. It's like, baby, you could read me the alphabet and I just want to believe it,
Of course, listen, look, when you're a baddie, I mean, you can do this, okay? When you're not, be careful how you move. You know what I mean? But she's a stunning woman. So, I think it's easy to get caught up because this goes back to like the old age of like when pretty women, just even have conversations with men, we feel excited, right, to be in the presence of someone so beautiful. So it's natural that, when she's, giving some energy, you're kind of hoping that, you'll be the lucky one in a sense, to be that person. Do you know what I mean? But Luron got sucked in. I felt for the kid, man. He got sucked in, and she sucked him in real good. And that's the power of beauty. It'll make you overlook certain things, and make you overlook certain. I get it, man. I'm not even mad at it, but she really did suck him in. Like he literally, you know what? He got there, and it's like the vortex just started. And the brother was already starting, because I was like, wait, how's he already seeing his future with her already? I was like, yo, he talking about, I see our future, I'm a family man. Suddenly this brother has become a family man. I said, brother, what a beauty will do to you. It will spin you a yarn. The brother was like, I'm a family man now. I'm all about, getting this family together and, barbecuing and I said, where was this energy before, bro? Because they think you're a party boy. And all of a sudden, because one baddie came along, you're willing to do all that extra stuff. Nah, sir. It's given that she spun you and you lost in the sauce, my friend. Do you know what I mean? But we've all been there, so I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? It's just beauty is captivating. Certain people like to give people the eye in it to try and let them fall in it, but you got to let them know that you've got your own superpowers. You know what I'm saying? So. One, they see the superpowers and they see each other. They know exactly what to do. You know what I mean? So,
yo, yeah. Coach, I think Aries may know this song, but Dave Hollister has a song. I don't know if you know it, but Coach, I'm gonna send you the link so you can listen to it. But there's a Dave Hollister song called "One Woman Man." Luron was singing that song. He was like, "I'm at the club now." He's at the club. He was talking about being in the club from Wednesday to Sunday. He's at the club. He only wants one woman. She's it. He's proposing. That is the danger. You said it right. Because if you get too entranced before you get it locked down, you're gonna be looking real silly. Because I could just see Maya smiling, like he go proposing to her. She's like, "You better get up. You better get up, bro. Get up." Duh. I'm gonna take the ring, but I'm gonna slide it right back to you under the table. Get up off that floor, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was ready to be a power couple At that point, he was like, if we were together, I said, that's not happening. It's not happening, my friend. I'm sorry. But yeah. That's probably why she didn't make that eye contact, Coach. I'm telling you, she knew. She's like, he's already proposed. I ain't even looking at this man, and he proposing. No, can't look at you. Gotta.
You gonna find out.
Look at the production people over here. You gonna be acting up.
Conversation behind the scenes. You can't be looking at me and.
But wait till next week, cause she's gonna be twerking next week. She's working for somebody next week.
He gonna get lost in the sauce. I need him to focus. Okay, all right. Unless she's giving you good conversations behind the scenes, sir, I need you to stop looking at her like the piece of catfish that you saw the other day. Okay, that's how he's getting entranced. I need him to relax. You know what I mean? Someone just needs to grab him and say, brother, breathe. You are in this universe. Don't go to an alternative one. Just breathe. You know what I mean? But I get it. We've all been there. Like I said, you meet a fine girl. And you know you want her time and energy. But listen, time is up. We've reached our hour time. I know this was meant to be a short one. Tomorrow we go hard. You know we'll fully unpack all the stuff that actually happened as well. So, but I thank you, Aries and Sean. Sean, just give us a quick benediction, and then we'll pop behind the scenes and leave these fabulous members.
Thank you, everybody, for our little late night creep session. You know, we appreciate it. I think we learned just a few valuable lessons, just, you know, in relationships and in conflict. Maintain your cool. You know, first to the fellas, Will, shout out to you. Sorry they tarnished your name, brother, but, you know, the best way to handle it is to keep your cool. And the same for our sister Koshia. We get you, we stand with you, but, you know, you can't pop off, you know, you need to be calm, you know. And lastly, Maya, we're loving it. We're loving the energy. But for the fellas watching, don't fall. Please, don't fall too quick. Because when you fall too quick, you're not watching, you're going to definitely hurt yourself. So take it easy. You know, don't rush.
Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate that. Listen, audience members, thank you so much. It was a little late night stuff. We'll be back here tomorrow night for the super panel. So make sure you join us 8 p.m. EST. We appreciate you guys as well. Like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button as always. And don't forget, we have our other YouTube channel now as well. So that will be videos on a Monday and a Thursday for you guys as well. All right, going forward from here on out. But make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button, okay, as well. And we'll see you again tomorrow night. Back on it, baby. Appreciate y'all. Stay locked, stay loaded. Bye-bye. Ta-da.